Hello, welcome to Mountain Gym Card Collectibles. I hope you're out there having a great day, getting ready for the weekend. Not sure if you're collecting sports cards for the weekend or if you're doing TCG. If you're doing TCG, I hope that you find a nice tournament to go plan, similar to, like my local card shop. Anyway, today we are going over another TCG expansion set, and that is the Altered TCG game. And it's the Trial by Frost booster box expansion for the most part, or expansion set. And it was just released today, as far as I know, January 31st, 2025. So, if you're serious about this set, I recommend doing some research. I've been hanging out on Whatnot quite a bit for the past, really a lot for the past few days, getting ready for my first show, seeing how other people do it. But I haven't really seen anyone selling this stuff, and maybe that's a good thing, maybe I just didn't look hard enough. But that's what I'm getting at, is it's a fairly new TCG product. So, like all TCG trading card games, you're going to have to get yourself into a starter deck of some type. Now, I hunted down Trial by Frost starter decks. I could not pull up anything. So honestly, I don't even know if there is any Trial by Frost starter decks. But if you go to Google and just type in altered TCG starter decks, you're going to pull up all of these altered Beyond the Gate starter decks. And like, here's one. There's Lyra. This is Gamers Guild AZ. They're selling it for $8.19. Here's another Gamers Guild AZ. But this is an Ortis for $8.19 for a starter deck, for Altered Beyond the Gates. So they have Lyra, Ortis, and then we have this Altered Beyond the Gates starter deck for Axiom, kind of a different color there. And then we have Altered Beyond the Gates starter deck Muna for $14.99 at Oxford Comics and Games. And then we have a different one, Altered Beyond the Gates starter decks Izmir. So if you're confused, I don't play this. In my past, I've played Yu-Gi-Oh! I've played a little bit of Pokemon. I played a little bit of Magic. I have not played this. If I had someone around, I'm a middle-aged man, my friends, they're not into TCG. And I'll be honest, they're old. And I know there's some old guys out there that play TCG. So I apologize for that I've never played this. Just for the fact, and even if I got into it, I'd be having to hunt down tournaments. And my local card shop, I've never seen an altered tournament. So I apologize for a lack of knowledge on that front. Anyway, I hope that you considered this product and, get into it. Because honestly, I dug into it, and I wish I had someone to play this with, because there's a good chance if I did, I would play this. Anyway, so let's get into the details with this product. We know it was just released today, January 31st, 2025. And what I like about this product is it kind of has, I used to play a lot of D&D. It really kind of has a D&D feel to it, even though it's not a Dungeons and Dragons product. But I don't know, it just has a good feel to it, Anyway. So this was, if you go to altered.gg /news/Trial by Frost, pre-release guide, or just pull it up and go, you should be able to pull up this page. I recommend checking it out. So, just going to read what we have here. It's almost time to begin your ascent and prove yourself in Trial by Frost. We hope you have some time to rest after the end of your festivities, because now it's time to get ready for the pre-releases. So, they had a pre-release event on January 24th, apparently at some various local game stores. All right. So, we are beyond that. Anyway, For those not familiar yet with altered pre-releases, your store will provide you with 7 booster packs for you to open and build a 30-card deck with. This is a format called Limited Sealed Deck. All right. Unlike constructed formats where you need to bring your own deck, everyone will discover their cards at the same time and try to build the best deck they can before facing one another. So I'm saying this so you kind of have an idea how these shops are doing these gaming tournaments with this product, if you're unaware of this. And it is fairly new. In limited formats, you are allowed up to 3 different factions in your deck, and there are no limits to the number of cards or different rarities your deck can have, so have fun exploring brand new synergies. To help you on your way to the top, we've compiled below a list of tips to guide you through limited deck building. All right. So right here, they're getting into your pre-release deck, which is what we are going over. You will need to select up to 3 factions and a hero among those 3. There are 2 ways to make this choice. Either choose the hero you like the most first, then look for cards that would work well with them, and select your 2 additional factions accordingly. Or identify your most powerful or exciting cards you'd like to play. Cool, rare, and unique cards should definitely make your final deck. Then choose the hero that will work best with those cards and stick to 3 factions maximum. It is highly recommended you pick a hero for your deck, but you can choose not to. As such, your deck should be 29 cards plus 1 hero most of the time. So, they're making you kind of stack it up a little bit. Aiming for exactly 30 cards will provide you with the best deck, increasing the odds of drawing your key cards. You're allowed to go over this number if you want, but remember that you can swap cards from your deck and reserve between games if you want to try some new cards. So, sounds fun to me. Building your deck. When building your deck, there's a balance to keep in mind between the different card types you have access to. Your deck should mostly be composed of characters, and you should focus on characters with solid statistics as they will form your deck's core. Ensure that at least 15 of them cost 3 or less so that you'll have cards to play in the early game. Prioritize unconditional proactive effects over conditional abilities. Spells and gears 5 to 8. Spells and gears can have cool effects, but be careful. You will need characters to make good use of your gears. Try to include at least 2 or 3 interactive spells in your deck to deal with your opponent's threats. Permanents 0 to 3. Permanents aren't essential, depending on your hero, but a few key picks can go a long way to further your strategy. Balancing mana costs. Pay attention to the cost of your cards. Try to have a good spread of costs, especially hand costs, with a big focus on 2 and 3 mana cards around half of your deck, as they will be your most flexible cards, including a few key 6+ mana cards to close the game out. Can also be a good idea, but keep them to a minimum. All right. So what to expect in Trial by Frost. So now we have a good idea of how this game works, even though I've never played it. Anyway. Trial by Frost is all about the challenge of crossing a cold environment in the tumult. You'll face 3 key mechanics during your journey into the mountains. And you see, this is what I like about this thing, it's fun, it's kind of like going on a D&D adventure. Anyway, exhaust. Cards in reserve can now be exhausted. An exhausted card cannot be played and loses its support ability. It's basically neutralized for the day until it readies the next morning. You might want to exhaust the opponent's reserve to disrupt it, but you may also have access to cheaper resupply that will ask for you to wait a day until you can use the fresh card. Some spells with cooldown may allow you to play them twice. Granted, you first let them cool for a day. That's kind of different. Here they have Jack Frost. Then we have Daring Porter and Moth to a Flame. Gears are a new permanent subtype that can be played in your expeditions. They go back to your reserve as their expedition moves forward and can be played again. Why not in your other expedition this time around? When you play them from your reserve, like any other card, they gain fleeting. Similar to landmarks, they provide a continuous advantage when in play, but require you to play characters in their expedition to take advantage of them. So here we see winter outfits. Region type effects. Some abilities will look at the region types your expeditions are in, or may even change their type. Be careful when your characters set foot. We see Persephone, which is a deity, and then we see Scotty, which is a deity too, like a snowboard. Nice looking designs. Trial by Frost also features a cycle of icebound landmarks that will come with their own challenges and reward you with the mysterious Dragon Shade token. So here we see Icebound Peak and Icebound Taiga. All right. So those landmarks. Faction and hero archetypes. We have Axiom. Assemble powerful icebound landmarks for the Dragon Shade with Sierra, or use the power of exhausted resupply and optimize your reserve with Subhash. Bravos. Leverage fleeting characters to assemble huge statistics with Kojo and Bazira. Lyra. Take advantage of your reserve and favorable region types with Fen and Iraq. Muna. Spread the forest throughout the map and reap the rewards with Rin and Arjun. Ortis. Hold your position, take your time, setting up powerful late game plays with Sigismar and Galring. Izmir. Exhaust cards in your opponents and your own reserve to assemble powerful synergies with Akisha and Athanas. So, obviously, those kind of take off the names of the starter decks. And you can go to this page and register for an event right now. So I recommend checking it out. But what I like about this, too, is if you come up here, you can hit cards. Look at this. So, looks like they have all the cards for this. And we've seen some of these cards already, you know. So here we have like Sierra, an Oddball, Brass Bug, the Machine in the Ice, Rocket Puffin, the Little Match Girl, Viking Energy Pioneer, Walrus Scout, the Daring Porter, the Flawed Prototype, Vish Vikarma, Jibble, you know, these are like deities. Frozen Delivery, which is a conjuration spell. Avalanche, which is a disruption spell. And let's see, we can even, they have pages too, you know. We have Kalana Keeter, Lord Kelvin. Kalana Keeter is Expedition Permanent Gear. We have more Lord Kelvin, who's a character, Noble Scholar. We have the Frozen Reprocessor, Icebound Hollow, Buddha, Fire Rabbit. You know, these are character companions, animal spirits. If you come over here, we have like the Bravo's Hero, Kojo and Buddha, Basira and Kaizaimon, Fire Rabbit, Scatty. You know, these are animal spirit characters or deities, you know, for Scatty. Haven Srenger, an adventure character. We have the Bravos Trailblazer, another adventurer. Bravos Rescuer, we have that up here too. The Garrett, Revered Duelist, the Occult, or Occult, you know. And there are pages and pages of this, which that's awesome. I really like that. I wish sports cards would do that. So they are really making it nice for you. I'm not going to go over all the pages. I just went over 2 of the pages. So I definitely recommend going to the site, alter.gg, if you are serious about this. And you can look at these cards. You can look at their powers. You can look at what they are. Characters, deities, spells, whatever. You name it, they have it. I like that about this product. You know, I mean, I just wish a lot of these other, you know, especially sports cards, why can't they live up to this standard, you know? Anyway. So right now I'm just at David Adams Card World. You know, I always like to check them out, see what's going on. This product. So as you can see, they are offering it for $114.95. As far as I know, it was released today. Like it says here, product highlights are 250 plus new cards introduced. Look for unique rare cards, 36 packs per box, 12 cards per pack. So they are loading you up. And we can just take a look at the hobby box here. Nice designed hobby box, which for a hobby box, that's nice design. I can't say it's not. They're giving you a lot of cards. If I had someone to play this stuff with, I would be playing it because I really like TCG. So that's something to check out. And if you're serious about this product, you can buy a 6-box case for $684.95. As you can see, this was still released on January 31st, 2025. So that's something to consider. And as far as shopping goes, there's no shortage of suppliers. I mean, we have Dave & Ab's Card World, $114.95. Atomic Empire, a little different price, $114.99. Night and Day, $122.99. Have another one, $104.99. I mean, I can go on and on here. You can see this. There is no shortage of suppliers for this product. So I don't think you're going to have to sweat that out at all. All right. So is it worth it? Well, I tend to think it is. It's a fairly new product. They're giving you a nice booster box. It's not too far. $114. That's really not price gouging, in my opinion. I showed you the way to the starter decks, which were, they weren't Trial by Frost, of course. They were the Beyond the Gates, but we got into all the different names for the starter decks, which is quite a few. We got into kind of how this plays, even if you go to a tournament. We've looked at the cards. I could have just gone over page after page after page of cards, which is just very helpful in my opinion. So I would give this a full thumbs up. And you might go on Whatnot, check, hunt this down, go on eBay, whatever, if you're serious. But it's a fairly new product. So I'm hoping that, this is a product that catches fire with the fans, because, a lot of times it just doesn't work out that way, unfortunately. But I'm hoping that this, is something that sticks around. So anyway, if you have any different opinions on this altered TCG expansion set, Trial by Fire, leave some comments. Those are awesome. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day. And I hope you tune in again for the next episode of Mountain Gym Card Collectibles. And I always like to thank my subscribers, all my recent subscribers, all of my older subscribers, because you are the most important people on this channel. I'm not as important as you. You are more important than me. And I just want to drive that in. Anyway, hope you have a great day. I'm out of here. Bye.